said a moment ago that, this is one of the most divided times. I just want to add a little bit of my view on that. We had students shot at Kent State University while young people were burning their draft cards and people thought the country was coming apart. We had a civil war that had catastrophic casualties that tore our country apart. So we have been through very rough times before in terms of division. I don't think we meet those standards. I think there's a slightly different proposition here. And I think things really got rotten in January of 2010 when the Supreme Court rendered a sickening decision in a case called Citizens United.
Yeah.
And they, 5 of them, all Republican appointees, unfortunately, got together and decided that they would let big special interests, who have been a problem in politics since the dawn of politics, back in Greek and Roman days.
You betcha.
Special interests were trying to get into the Roman Senate and fix things.
That's
it's
exactly right.
It's as old as time. And these knuckleheads didn't realize that when you give giant special interests the ability to spend unlimited money
secretly,
you move enormous political power to those giant special interests. And then when you don't do anything about them figuring out immediately how to do it secretly, you add to the problem. It makes it even worse because there's no accountability any longer. If ExxonMobil comes at me and runs $2 million of advertisement saying Sheldon Whitehouse is no good, he's in our face all the time, we don't like him, we think that coal and oil provide a lot of jobs, and so don't vote for him. I can live with that. In fact, I can probably turn that ad to my advantage. But when it comes in anonymously, when it's Rhode Islanders for Peace and Puppies and Prosperity or some phony front group that comes in, and because it's nobody real, they can say awful things with no accountability, and they spend several $1 million just trashing me in any possible way they can make up, that's a much worse threat. And the big fossil fuel, the big interest, whether it's fossil fuel or not, can then just make the threat. They don't actually have to spend the money. Once they're empowered to spend the money, all they got to do is make the threat. And that threat is always going to be something that's very secret, well beyond just not identifying who spent the money. So this whole array of unlimited special interest money, hidden in dark money channels, and allowing these threats and promises to be made in back rooms, that has just rotted out a lot of what
our capacity to act is. Our political system to handle and address challenges of this magnitude with this kind of economic implication. I mean, we've sort of tied our hands behind our back.
People know it, and they sense it. It shows up in the polling. They may not be able to connect the dots as to exactly how special interest money has affected this, but people in America can tell when their government isn't responding to them. And academic studies confirm that, in fact, unless you're very rich, there is statistically zero interest on the part of our government in what your opinion is. And so they know there is this problem, and that is, I think, what a lot of what looks like division is about. It's frustration. And if we could solve this dark money problem and put the big special interests back in their cages where they belong, so they've got a fair voice but not a dominant and domineering voice, then I think a lot of what looks like division right now in our country goes away.
Wow, that's the root cause.
That to me is a root cause, a significant root cause.